My boyfriend did the grocery shopping, and I texted him and said, make sure you put everything in the fridge. What did he do?
Put everything in the fridge?
Everything in the fridge. Y'all.
The toilet paper.
Oh, I would be laughing so hard. I would be laughing so hard. I mean, he did what you said. Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress, and today we'll be watching another video by the Advocate. Womansplaining Men to Women compilation 35 to 41.
Men don't want to chase you. They don't want to play chase at all. They want to play tag. They want someone who's going to get them back. They want someone who's going to make them faster, stronger, more strategic. Someone who's going to challenge them.
I mean, that makes sense, I think.
Why he hadn't put laundry away, and he got annoyed and said they're your clothes. I chose violence.
Oh boy.
Then law.
Okay.
Only washing my clothes then. Ah.
On my side of the bed.
How is that productive?
Okay. What's this gonna do? This is just stupid. This specifically the fucking bed, bro.
You sleep there too. That's
that is like so dumb. Like you're punishing yourself too with that, to be honest.
Not hungry.
Wow, the post-its.
I don't get why you would do this kind of passive aggressive stuff instead of talking to each other about what bothers you, why you don't like it, what's the other person, why do they not like it, and like, you know, understand where each other is coming from. Like, what is the point of doing this? And they also have kids. I just think it's so childish to do revenge stuff with your partner instead of just talking it out like adults.
Matt, enjoy! Enjoy,
So
bitch.
stupid.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm aware that over 1 million people have liked this video. I'm also just gonna point out there's a reason the divorce rate is so high.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if anything, this is just making the other person more mad, and the other person is also gonna be more petty, and then you will become more petty, and then the other person will become more petty, and then you break up.
Let's start here. Now, this is the only context we get from his side. So personally, I'm kind of with him off the bat. I find the concept of someone else putting away my clothes kind of strange. I grew up in a house where everyone just put away their own clothes, and personally, I know if my husband tried that he would do it wrong, and I would just be frustrated not being able to find everything where I would put it, which is probably why a lot of guys would not enter this territory.
That makes
It's a very
sense,
personal
in my
and intimate
opinion, yeah.
task. She also clarifies in a follow-up video that he actually asked, why should I put this away when it's mostly your clothes, agreeing that he only had a couple pairs of socks in there and it was mostly her stuff. But her point is that you do things for your family, which I do agree with. But that reaction was insanely petty.
That's what I'm
And the
saying too.
self-proclaimed
I don't think it would be weird if she was like, hey, husband, can you help me put away my clothes because I'm really tired? Something like that, right? I think there's nothing wrong with asking for help if you feel tired or you're really busy or whatever. If you ask it in a normal way. But she's like, why didn't you put... I mean, I don't know in what kind of tone she said it, but asking, why did you not put away the clothes while it's only your clothes? Why was he supposed to do that? I don't understand that.
For days it took her to do all of this, they could have just had a civil renegotiation
That's what I'm
about
saying,
what
yes.
a fair and equitable distribution of laundry labor
Exactly.
looks like. In a follow-up video, she claims that she can't talk to him, and this is the only thing that works for them.
You can't talk to him? What does she mean? She can't talk to him.
She also claims that he loved this move and fist bumped her afterward, and that it resolved everything.
What?
Like, at times like this, I wish I had a bullshit button where every time I hit it, it just goes, that's bullshit.
Maybe he does like that. I don't know. People, everyone is different, but I don't think this is like for most people the case that they would be okay with an action like this.
Ladies, pro tip, that is not what's gonna happen if you do this.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Because again, this is her making these claims. We haven't actually seen this husband in any of her videos verifying these claims.
I mean, what it also could be is just the whole video is fake.
If we saw a man make a video where he bought food for everybody in the house except for his...
Oh yeah, everyone would be so mad. You would see all the girls reply and say that she needs to get away from that guy.
And then it was like, nah, bro, she loved it. She was so sorry. We would be like, yeah, I want to see her say it.
That
Now let's
too.
go to the comments to see more Olympic event levels of pettiness instead of simply and respectfully talking to their partner.
I find it so dumb, man. Like, these are all, I mean, most people in these videos are like married and have kids. And then like, you got married and you have kids, but you guys cannot even talk to each other normally?
This woman's husband left dishes in the sink, so she made a bunch of cinnamon rolls and then ate the centers.
Oh, I don't know. Some of these people should just not be married. I don't know why some of these people are married.
This woman hides her husband's pants when he leaves them lying around. And this woman thinks it would be somehow easier to get an entire divorce and find an entirely new man.
It would be less work and much easier to get a new husband. Yeah, but then he's going to do the same. You know why? Because you need to communicate what you don't like and work it out together and how to make it work, then no one gets mad or upset and feels heard and seen. This is so dumb. You can just dump the guy, go for a new guy. The same thing is gonna happen. Even if it's not like, maybe this guy does, I don't know, clean up his pants, but he leaves the dishes in the sink. You're still gonna have a problem. No one is perfect. No one is perfect.
One of these days, remind me to do an entire video about this whole if my man acts up, I'm just gonna go to the man tree and pick out a brand new man who's magically gonna be better for me fallacy that's going on right now. But here's unironically my favorite comment. My parents did that all the time. They're divorced now.
I'm saying this makes the most sense. This is how this will result.
I mean, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Some of these women really think that they're helping other women by creating this relatable content, but all I see are women telling on themselves and shitting on their partners.
They're showing us how to have a toxic relationship.
Guys, remember that once you get into the habit of publicly shaming your partner, you cannot simply unring that bell. You just made over 1 million people, including your friends and your family, see your husband as an incompetent piece of shit asshole. And for a lot of them, that's all he's ever going to be now.
Me personally, I would never. If I think my husband did something and I do not like, I do not want the whole world to see it because I don't want people to get an opinion about him without actually really knowing my husband, right? Because that's the only thing that they see. They only see like that one thing that he did wrong in my opinion. And that's the only thing that they can have a judgment on. So it's always gonna be people bad-mouthing my husband then. I would not want that.
Higher respect of your life partner for likes, and it's super fucking cringe.
Yes.
Men don't want to chase you. They don't want to play chase at all. They want to play tag. They want someone who's going to get them back. They want someone who's going to make them faster, stronger, more strategic, someone who's going to challenge them. Like, imagine being a kid at a playground and another kid comes up to you and asks if you want to play, and you're like, what do you want to play? And they're like, chase. And you're like, cool, how's that go? I chase you, and then what? And then they're like, and then you just keep chasing me.
You just keep running.
What shit is that? That's the most boring game ever.
Yes.
If you want to chase, chase back. If he wanted to, he would. Where does this phrase come from, and why do dudes hate it so much? So this phrase definitely originated on TikTok and rose to power around the same time as the weaponized incompetence surge, and it's become this empowering phrase that women use to remind each other that if their man isn't acting right, another man will.
I don't think that phrase is wrong though, because like I feel like a lot of stuff too, like in my own personal life, this is not only to men, this is to anyone, and I'm also talking about myself right now, but I feel like a lot of stuff in my life, I'm like, okay, if I really wanted it, I would have already done it, and I think that's true. But a lot of people use that sentence for like the most dumbest shit where it doesn't apply at all.
And the reason that a lot of men don't appreciate being put in this box is that it's not that simple. Like,
Exactly,
especially
yeah.
for neurodivergent dudes, of which there are many, just because they want to do something doesn't mean it gets done. Just like us, there are so many things that men want to do, but just like us, there are so many circumstances and variables in life that lead to those things not getting done for whatever reason. And so when the assumption is placed on them that the only reason it's not getting done is because they don't care or they don't want to help, that's kind of like a knife through the heart, you know? I know for a fact that every single one of you watching right now has something that you've always wanted to do that has still not come to fruition. And if I were to tell you that the only reason that that has not happened for you yet is because you simply don't want it, I don't think you would agree. Fellow mothers of TikTok, I have a message for you. Hand him the baby.
Oh, I don't know anything about this.
Guess. You don't even remember the last time that you went out alone with your friends to do something all night. You feel overwhelmed, overstressed. You feel like you're losing yourself because you're taking care of everyone else. Hand him the baby. I don't know what might be holding you back, honestly, because I was born with the not giving a fuck gene, so if I need a break, I just tell my husband I need a break. But if it's that you're too afraid to ask for help, or you feel like you'll be seen as a bad mom, or you're afraid he won't do a good job, hand him the baby.
Yeah.
Men are just like us. You hand him the baby, they figure it out. It'll be fine. Is he going to do things the same way as you?
Probably
Hell no.
not.
Are things going to be different? Yes. And that's okay. Parents have to help each other have lives outside of their kids and each other, and a good partner will want to do that for you. For example, every Sunday, my husband invites the guys over and they play Dungeons and Dragons for a few hours while I watch the
that's
kids.
Fun.
And during the week, I like to train jujitsu, and while I do that, he's watching the kids when
As it
they're not
should
training
be.
with me. We have each other's backs because it's important that we don't lose those important parts of ourselves. Ladies, don't lose yourself.
Yes, ladies.
Hand him the baby.
Hand him the baby.
It is a fact that men want what they can't have. They want what is not easily accessible to them.
They want what is not easily accessible to them. You sure?
Oh, no. This is one of the biggest misconceptions about men. It is simply not true. Of course, no one likes overly clingy people, but if you're talking and then all of a sudden you make him feel unwanted or that you're inaccessible, he may still want you, but he's certainly not going to want you more. When you just pull out like that, it doesn't make him want to chase you. He's just a little bit confused as to why you're suddenly not talking to him.
Oh wait, was that video like a tip on how to make guys like you? And she is like, guys want like stuff that they can't have or not easily accessible, so you need him to chase you. Was that the video? Was it about that?
He thought you were a perfectly nice girl.
Think about it. A girl that's focused on herself and her life and treats men as like supplemental as opposed to necessary, that's what guys want. That's what guys respect, and that's what they're into.
Also false. Huge misconception that men only want to feel wanted, not needed. Okay, they don't want you to be entirely reliant on them, especially if it's for their wallet, but they want to feel super fucking necessary. They spend all day long in society being told that they're not necessary.
I can see that.
They do not want a partner who also makes them feel unnecessary. If you can make your partner feel that not only you want to need him, but that he is wanted and needed by society, by the world, you will have a very powerful man. And I'm sorry, but notice that it's always single women giving this advice to leave men on red so that you can maintain your power, as she says later in that video. Dudes like it when you text them.
I just find it so funny when people follow the person that gives advice on anything, on any subject, and they're giving you advice, but they haven't even reached that goal themselves. I find it just so funny.
Anyway, to wrap up this video, let's play the very ending of her video and see how it ages.
The only kind of guy that this won't work on is a narcissist or somebody who is extremely insecure and can't handle a self-confident girl.
What?
If you want proof, ask literally any guy and he'll...
Wait, so basically... I feel like she's saying any guy who doesn't want me is just, you know, he's a narcissist. It's not me. He is the problem. If he doesn't want me, he's a narcissist.
Ladies, when I tell you that guys cannot help but be smartasses when they're being micromanaged, this is what I mean.
My boyfriend did the grocery shopping, and I texted him and said, make sure you put everything in the fridge. What did he do?
Put everything in the
Put
fridge?
everything in the fridge. Y'all. You're broken.
The toilet paper.
Oh, I would be laughing so hard. I would be laughing so hard. I mean, he did what you said.
I can't even be mad.
Yeah, exactly. You realize a guy asking what do you bring to the table is the exact same as him saying I have nothing to offer.
False. And welcome to Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 41. If a man asks you this, it is not a personal attack. It is because he has been through it. A man who asks this question has been used so much for what he can offer that he is damn ready for some reciprocity. And when you choose to deflect that question with attack or avoidance, that tells him...
If a guy would ask me, what do you offer? That's just a no for me. Like, I just don't like that attitude. Like, I get it, you're done, whatever, right? But that doesn't mean that I have to take that attitude. Like, not that I would, you know, go to him to use him, but I don't know, I don't like that kind of energy.
This question has been used so much for what he can offer that he is damn ready for some reciprocity. And when you choose to deflect that question with attack or avoidance, that tells him everything he needs to know about the fact that the jig is up for you. Because at that point, he knows what type of woman you are. This type of woman.
Oh, wait. The cheat code for becoming a stay-at-home girlfriend is simple. Only date rich guys who can afford your lifestyle and no one else. Oh! Okay, never mind. Now I understand why she's saying it. It's the same girl that said that. That girl is, okay. Never mind. Now it makes sense, because I was like, why would a guy ask me that on the first date? What do you bring to the table? Like, out of nowhere. But I guess if he knows she's like this and has seen stuff like this from her, then I guess I get it.
A manipulator with her eyes on one thing. And serious question, are these guys affording your lifestyle or your desired lifestyle? Because if you rely on a man to provide that lifestyle, it's not your lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that's being provided for you, usually with conditions. So what he's also asking with that question is, why do you feel so entitled to such a high value lifestyle? And you can't just say, oh, because women have intrinsic value. Great. So then what makes you different than all of the other intrinsically valuable women?
True, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you're allowed to choose which wealth class you will exclusively date in. You're allowed to set any standards you want. And so are men, which is why they can and should be asking you what you bring to the table to ensure that you meet theirs. And ladies, stop taking dating advice from sugar babies. They don't know how to date. They only know how to leech.
Yeah. Why would you go and take advice from a sugar baby? That is just stupid. I mean, unless you are wanting tips on how to be a sugar baby as well, I guess. But if it's for like a serious relationship, don't go to a freaking sugar baby. Hi, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please don't forget to give a like to the video and subscribe to my channel. I also stream live on Twitch and on YouTube. So follow me on Twitch or just turn on the notification bell on YouTube to know when I go live. I hope to see you there. Bye!